Thanks a lot. Matthew Lee, Inner City Press, on behalf of the Free UN Coalition for Access. Thanks for the briefing. Last time you were here, you spoke about these 89 boys in South Sudan who had been taken. I wanted to know if you're aware of any. So apparently, it was by this General Johnson Aloni, who's still in the news attacking. Has anything been done on that? And also, I wanted to ask you, given your UN position, whether I'm sure you've seen the reports of the IDP children in Central African Republic that were allegedly asked to perform sex acts for food by French soldiers in the peacekeeping force there. What do you think of that? And do you think the UN has done enough? What should be the outcome of that type of a case?
Well, I think you know what I would think of that.
What do you think the UN should do?
And it's if it has happened, and I think there's a report being done on it, it's an absolute scandal, and of course action would have to be taken in a disciplinary form. I did say when I was here last that 89 children had just been captured in a school. They were sitting their school exams when they were taken by one of the factions in South Sudan, and they were recruited to be child soldiers. What you probably don't know is after that, the audacity of these terrorist or factional groups is so great that they offered to allow the children to go back and finish their exams as long as they accepted that they were going to then become child soldiers and being held against their will as part of a new military wing of this particular factional group. Now, there has been some success, by the way, in South Sudan in recovering children. I do give praise to UNICEF because they organised a return of a number of boys who'd been taken to become child soldiers, but there are still many, many more. There's an estimate, I think, about 10,000 children have been sent into captivity by being recruited for one or other of the factions in the civil war. And that is just another example where when South Sudan became independent, I went there, tried to organize support for the recovery of their education system, visited schools. Only 35% of kids, I think, were at school at the time. We made some progress, but we did not have enough money from the international community. And in a humanitarian emergency, we need to be able to act. And we might have been able to do more to prevent some of the return to conflict if young people felt that there was more opportunity available in their own country. And it is another example of why we need this humanitarian fund for education in emergencies. We could have acted quickly in Sudan, where many of the aid agencies were reluctant to act, fearing that there might be a return to civil war, fearing that the situation was unstable. We could have had prefabricated schools built in some of the villages. Some of them were already there, and we could have added to them. But again, we need a humanitarian fund for education in emergencies to take action in these circumstances.